It is time for my monthly update, guys. So here we go. Welcome back to the channel, Book Dragons. I'm so glad you're here with me today. It is time to talk about all the good things that happened for me in February, and we're going to talk about some plans for March. And one of those things is a special announcement, but you have to wait till the end of the video for that. So stick around, don't go anywhere, and we're going to get right to talking about what I read in February. And we're going to start with The Mysterious Affair at Styles by Agatha Christie. This was a buddy read between myself and my friend Mona Lisa Reads. If you've not checked out her channel, you really should. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so that you can check that out. But she's got a really great channel, and she and I are on our journey of reading all of Agatha Christie's novels. So right now we're working through Poirot from the first book to the last book, and The Mysterious Affair at Styles is the first Hercule Poirot novel. That is where we are introduced to the little man from Belgium. And so I'm loving reading through Agatha Christie. It's just so great. And so I'm looking forward to reading more of the Poirot novels. I also read Fool's Errand. This is the first book in the Tawny Man trilogy by Robin Hobb. That is the third trilogy in the realm of the Elderlings. And oh, I loved Fool's Errand so much. I'm just really enjoying my time in this world. This was a buddy read between myself and Danielle over at Bookcara, another channel you should check out. And we're just having such a great time reading through this series. And in my opinion, it just keeps getting better, guys. And I also read Thunderhead. That is book 2 in the Arc of a Scythe trilogy by Neil Shusterman. Guys, this is such a great series, and I'm so happy that I got a chance to read Thunderhead. And I'm hoping to finish the trilogy soon. I have one book left. Plus a book of short stories, so that needs to happen as well. So I just can't wait to finish this out and see where it goes. And then my patron pick for this quarter was The Wizard of the Pigeons by Megan Lindholm, also known as Robin Hobb. Yes, that is also one of her books, just under a different name. And it was really an enjoyable read, guys. I did it on audiobook because I didn't get to my library, and I couldn't find the ebook version, at least that was available. So I went ahead and did the audiobook, and it was great. It was fantastic. I did it through my library and had a good experience doing that. I think I want to reread it at some point to get an even better experience, because I feel like there were probably a few things I missed doing the audiobook. But I'm glad I read it, and I'm really, really happy that someone picked that for me as my patron pick. And then, of course, the last book I read in the month of February was Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman. There is a review up on my channel for this book if you want to check that out. I'll leave a link in the cards at the end of the video so that you can check it out if you want to. But this was just such a great book. I'm so glad I finally got to read it. It's one of the few Neil Gaiman books that I had not read yet. So I know, it's a shocker, guys, right? So that was my month of reading for February. Let's talk about what I've got planned for the month of March. For the month of March, I am doing Mystery March, so I'm reading mostly mysteries. There's a couple of books that I'll be reading in March that aren't going to be mysteries, but we'll talk about those here in a minute. The first mystery book I'm going to read in March is The Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz. This has been on my list for a long time, guys. I really, really wanted to read it, and I'm hoping to get to it in March, and I'm just really looking forward to finding out if I like it or not. And if I do like it, I'll probably continue reading more Anthony Horowitz books. I'm also going to be doing another Agatha Christie buddy read with my friend Mona Lisa, except this isn't going to be a Poirot novel, because we're doing the Poirot novels every other month. So for this one, we're going to do The Mysterious Mr. Quinn. It's a book of short stories revolving around a mysterious character known as Harley Quinn. This character is kind of known for just popping up out of thin air, catching people off guard, things like that. It seems like there's almost a hint of supernatural to it, so that's going to be fun. And it's the only book that Christie ever wrote about Harley Quinn. It's just this collection of short stories, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. And I'm also going to be reading Butcher Baker Candlestick Taker by Patricia Meredith. This is a self-published historical mystery, and I'm really looking forward to trying her out. I've heard nothing but good about her books. I know her husband Andrew is also a self-published author for fantasy, and so I need to get going on trying some of their books out, and this is going to be my first foray into the Meredith family. So I'm very much looking forward to that. As far as the non-mystery books I'm going to be reading, one is called Burden of Fate. This is the second book in a series by a friend of mine named Lygia Medina. She's a self-published author, and I had promised that I would read this book for her prior to the release date of the book. She did give me a free copy in exchange for an honest review, as she did with her first book in the series. So I'm looking forward to reading that and seeing what I think of that. And then, guys, you know what time it is. It is time for the Stein of Power. So here it is, Stein of Power. It is time to pick another book off my physical bookshelf that I'm going to need to read, and I've got the winner right here in my hot little hand. So let me set my Stein down there. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready? In fact, Silence of the Lambs, guys! I get to read Silence of the Lambs next month. Can you see it? I'll kind of put it up there. So this is the second book in the Hannibal Lecter series by Thomas Harris. This is probably his most well-known of the four books, just because the movie was a smash hit with Anthony Hopkins. And probably after I read the book, maybe I'll rewatch the movie. It's been years since I've seen the movie, and I love Anthony Hopkins, guys. So stay tuned for more on that. I'm really, really excited to read Silence of the Lambs. And oh, I better grab it so that you can see it. Okay, here it is. Silence of the Lambs. See, I own it. It's on my physical bookshelf, and I can't wait. This is going to be fun. And now, it is time to draw a name for my patron pick for the second quarter of 2024. Okay, so that is going to be April through June. And then during my monthly update for April, I will announce what book I'm actually reading and things like that. So here we go. I've got the list of names right here. 4 names. My current patrons are 4. And if you want to be part of the patron pick and support me on Patreon, you can find my link tree in the description below that links you to all of my links that you can check out. One of those is my Patreon. If you want to support me, that's awesome too. Thank you. All right, so let's see who won this time. Okay, Kaiju 8. Kaiju 8 has won this drawing. So Kaiju, if you're watching this, I will be reaching out to you to find out what book you picked for me to read. And as I remember, the book that Kaiju picked for me the last time was a winner. So very much looking forward to that. All right, guys, so let's move on to what I've been watching in the month of February. My daughter and one of our friends have been on a movie kick lately, so we watched Aliens, because we'd already seen the first Alien movie, so we watched Aliens, we watched Alien 3, we still have yet to watch Alien 4, but I'm sure that's coming, Alien Resurrection, and so I'm really loving the Alien series. This is my first time seeing Aliens and Alien 3. So I'd never seen it before. So those are really great movies. We also watched Ghostbusters because my daughter saw Ghostbusters when she was much younger and didn't remember much of it, and we're trying to watch the movies so that we can watch the new movie, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, that's just recently come out. I still have not seen Ghostbusters Afterlife, guys, so I need to get on the ball. I also watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know it's a really popular movie, but I think it's overrated, to be perfectly honest. The ending was good. I really enjoyed the message. I enjoyed the actors that they chose for the movie, but it was just all over the place. I didn't care for it. It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it definitely did not live up to the hype for me. So, what do you do, right? We also finished watching Doctor Who. We are all caught up on the modern version of Doctor Who, and that includes even up to the Disney releases. So we're all caught up. We're just waiting for season 1 with Ncuti Gatwa, and I really, really like him as the new Doctor, so I can't wait to see his first season. Very excited for that. I also finished watching Downton Abbey. All of it. I'm finished with Downton Abbey. I finished the final season. I watched both of the Downton Abbey movies. And so I'm done. I mean, especially that second movie was a real tearjerker. I needed a tissue box for that one because, oh man, so many feels, so many feels. But I've heard that there's a 7th season planned to release at some point in the future. So if that's the case, I will be watching more Downton Abbey at some point, so I'm happy about that. I also continued watching the Poirot miniseries on BritBox with my daughter. We're still very much enjoying watching Hercule Poirot do his thing. The actor that portrays Poirot is just absolutely brilliant. He nails the role, he looks the part, everything. David Suchet is just magnifique. So yeah, really enjoyed that. We started watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, the new Netflix live action series, and so far it's pretty good. I like what they've done with it. The cinematography is really well done. It looks really, really good. There are some changes, but overall I feel like they're capturing the essence of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but we'll see. We're only 3 episodes in, so we haven't continued on beyond that point. We will continue it in March, so that's the plan there. And then I'm very much looking forward to watching Dune Part 2, the second of the 2 movies created by Denis Villeneuve, and I was blown away by the first movie, and if the second movie is as good as I'm hearing it is, I can't wait. I'm going to see it in IMAX. It has to be seen in IMAX. I saw the first one in IMAX. I'll do this in IMAX as well. And then I'll probably rewatch it a couple of times at home once it comes to streaming, right? But I'm very, very excited to see what he does with this movie. And I've heard that it sets up Dune Messiah really, really well. And I know he wants to do Dune Messiah. So I really hope that happens. I will be there for it. I can't wait. Because I loved Dune Messiah as well. And it completes Paul's arc. So it would make sense to do Dune Messiah as well. So that takes care of all the stuff I've been watching and that I plan to continue to watch. I didn't have a Chasm Friends episode this month, but I do have a guest planned for March. So if everything goes according to plan there and there are no hiccups, we should be good to go for a Chasm Friends episode. So thanks for your patience and keep watching for it. And then let's talk about what I played in February. I've recently gotten to know a couple of our neighbors really well, and they invited us over for a game night twice in a row, actually, 2 weekends in a row. And that was fun. We got to play several games of Splendor. We got to play Unspeakable Words, and both of those are two of my favorite games. And they had Catan Jr. And I've never played any Catan. Nothing. I've never played Catan at all. And I know you may be shocked to hear that, but I never have. So Catan Jr., of course, isn't the full Catan. It's not the full experience. But they had it because of their son. And so, we played Catan Jr. and it was fun. I enjoyed it. So I'll probably play Settlers of Catan at some point so that I can experience the full version. And yeah, so that's everything that I played. I don't know what I will be playing in March, if I'll be playing anything. My son will be home for spring break from college, so I have a feeling there might be some games played, but we shall see. My final thing to talk about on the video is the special announcement that I told you to watch for at the beginning of the video. And guys, I am extremely excited to tell you that I have some major updates on my book. That's right, major updates from my new book that's coming out this year. So I will have a video next week. It's probably going to air next Friday. That's the plan. I'm going to set it for next Friday. I'm going to compile all my notes and all the things I want to share with you. And I will be putting that video out so that you can hear about release date windows, you can hear about arcs, and all the good things. If you have any interest in my writing whatsoever, check out that video. I will be announcing some cool stuff there. If you don't care about my writing, that's totally fine. You can skip that video. Or if you're just curious, but you're still not really interested in my writing, then that's fine too. Watch the video, enjoy it, and see what you think. So that's all I've got for you today. That was a long, drawn-out monthly update, guys. But I'm just so excited to share all of this with you. And I'm so excited to talk with you in the comments. Let me know what you thought about the things I talked about in today's video. Let me know what you're going to be reading and or watching, playing, things like that in the month of March. Let me know how your February went. And I will catch you next time, guys. Until I do, make sure you're reading more books.